All right, so our next two lessons that kind of go together as one is going to talk about perimeter of a shape. So we're going to get started here. The perimeter is just really the outline. So in order for you to find the perimeter, you add up the lengths of all the sides on the outline of the shape. So basically, if you were walking around the outside of the shape, how far would you walk? So in this one, we just have 6 inches plus 7 inches plus 15, which is going to give us a total of 28 inches. So in this one, notice there's tick marks on those sides, which tells you that those are all the same. So you can kind of do a little shortcut because there's 4 of them. So you can do 6 times 4 plus 10 and 10 is going to be 20. So this is going to be 24 plus 20, which is going to give you 44 centimeters. Down here on example 3, if you notice, start going through. So we have 9 plus 10 plus 2 plus 6. This side, however, is missing. So in order for us to get this side, the whole thing is 9 and this part is 2. So this part has to be 7 centimeters then. So we'll add 7 centimeters. And then this part's also missing. The whole thing is 10. This is 6. So that leaves this to be 4 centimeters then. So plus 4. So if we do that, we get 38 centimeters then. And the next one, it's going to help us to draw a picture. It says the length of a rectangle, so let's rectangle, is 3 less than twice the width. So the length is based off of the width. So we're going to call the width just W. And the length is 3 less than twice the width. So twice the width really means 2 times the width, and we need 3 less. So that's a minus 3. So this side is also that. And it says the perimeter is 54. Find the length and the width of the rectangle. So we're going to have W plus 2W minus 3 plus W plus 2W minus 3. And that's going to equal 54 then. So if I combine that all up, I have 6W minus 6 equals 54. Add 6 to both sides, I'm going to get 6W equals 60. Divide by 6, and W equals 10. So if W is 10, this is 2 times W, so 2 times 10, which is 20, minus 3 is 17. So the length is equal to 17 inches. And the width is going to be equal to 10 inches then. So that's just perimeter. The next page, we're going to talk real quick about classifying quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals are basically polygons with 4 sides. So there's kind of 2 sort of different areas here. The first thing that you need to figure out is, does the quadrilateral have pairs of parallel sides? Yes or no? If not, then it's just simply a quadrilateral. If it has one set of parallel sides, which we're going to demonstrate here with those arrows, that's going to be called what's a trapezoid. So trapezoids have one set of parallel lines. If the quadrilateral has 2 sets of parallel lines, so both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, you're now talking about a parallelogram. So those are parallel to each other, but these ones are also parallel to each other. If it's a parallelogram, it might be a special type of parallelogram. A parallelogram could be a rhombus if it also has 4 congruent sides. So these sides are parallel to each other, but all of the sides are the same. So we're going to mark those arrows to show parallel, those arrows to show parallel, but also tick marks to show that they're all exactly the same. If a parallelogram doesn't have all congruent sides, it might be a rectangle where it's going to have 2 sets of parallel lines, but it's also going to have 4 right angles. So this is actually a type of parallelogram, still also a type of quadrilateral. It's a special situation though. If you're a square, and squares should actually kind of be sort of in the center of these two, because squares have 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides, but they also have the 2 sets of parallel lines. So they have the congruent sides, the parallel lines, and the right angles. So squares are actually a type of rectangle, squares are a type of rhombus, squares are a type of parallelogram, and squares are a type of quadrilateral. So it's kind of a hierarchy that happens here.